I'm taking this moment. I'm seeing the steam. Good morning. Delicious. Delicious. Oh my gosh. I'm coming off of the coffee chat that we just had with Luis. So if any of you have not seen this, but we had a coffee chat with our very first special guest, Luis Gomez, and we explored everything about happiness. What is it? Do we allow ourselves the happiness? When have we not been happy? Just exploring every angle of it, and it was just such a fruitful conversation. Luis bestowed so much knowledge, and so I will make sure to leave the link in the description below. For anybody who's new here, I'm gonna do one of those things because you the subscribers, make us keep going and growing. So if you haven't hit that subscribe button, please do. You will get all the notifications for anything coffee chats. We do video interviews. We do food tastings, all kinds of stuff. And so please, if you can support the channel, click on that subscribe button, like, share this, and we'll keep these coffee chats going. Because there's always something that makes us human, that makes us connect. And I love that I can use this platform to talk about it and express myself. And hopefully you on the other end, you feel seen, you feel heard. And if there's any topic that we haven't covered, please feel free to put it in the comments, and I'd love to see how we can do that and make that work. We'll continue to invite people to our coffee chats, people that I think understand the importance of mental health, who have gone through things, that have taught them things, can teach you things, and all that good stuff. But anyways, I digress. Back to our coffee chat of the day. So today, I'm going to be talking about surrendering. Surrender. You know, there's that song. I think there's a song. I Will Survive. That's a different song. Never mind. Surrendering. And surrendering can look different for everyone, but at the core of what surrendering is I think it really does help to trust. I think it helps feed trusting yourself. It helps with your confidence when you surrender. When you realize that what you have to give is enough, that what you have to contribute, if you have goals, if you have families, if you're giving it the best you can, that is surrendering. That's saying, hey, you know what, at the end of this, if I'm giving it all that I have, that's all that I can give it. I can't give it more of what I don't have. And trusting that whatever you have to give will steer you in where you need to go in your life. And the reason why I wanted to dive into this today was because I think I'd like to say, from a woman's perspective, from my experience, I think we try to give a lot of ourselves to people, to things, to missions, to work, all kinds of stuff. And I think you'll start to see a lot of my videos have similar traits, but just breathing and being present and surrendering to who you are is a beautiful thing. It's saying to the universe, I got what it takes. Whatever I'm doing right now, what I'm pursuing, I am enough, because there's no other Jackie like me, right? And there's no other person like you. And you are the CEO of you. I remember somebody back in the day, ex-coworker told me that. We were frantic about something, and she said, "Hey, you're the CEO of Jackie Garcia." I was like, "Yeah, that's true. That's true. I am the CEO of me." And I think we shouldn't do that. We should really find a way to uplift each other, but uplift ourselves. A lot of the times when I think recurring, if you're hard on yourself, or you demand so much of yourself, you don't realize how much power you have, how much talent and skill and love you offer to the world. And that's a beautiful thing. When you surrender, when you say, hey, you know what, my wife and I just opened a business, and we go, you know what, we are going to give this everything we have. We can't give more or less of that, right? It is what it is. And I surrendered. I say, you know what, I'm going to give it my all, and I will land wherever I land, but it doesn't matter where I land, because I know that I'm doing day in, day out the best that I can. And there's comfort in that. Surrendering to who you are. I'm leaning in hard on my heart, on my community. I remember in college, when I was part of a club called Hermanas Unidas, that community helped me through college. Now, granted, I wasn't out to any of them until the very end of my college career. But they helped me through all of the college stuff. You know, their love and support and their laughter and their just willingness to be there. It just felt like I wasn't alone. And I think we underestimate community, friendship, and know that that's such a big part of what builds our heart, what makes us human, what connects us. So surrendering to whatever you may be going through, whether it's, like me, a business, right? Opening up a business, or you're hesitant to even to the degree of like, maybe for some of you, it's even just hard to get out of bed. I understand that feeling. I say this to you. Now, again, I'm not a doctor, a therapist, or anything. I only can share information from my experience. And I say this to you. Getting out of bed is huge. Okay? So making that decision and just getting out of bed. Getting a cup of coffee, making yourself breakfast. That's huge. Okay? Now, the next thing is, what else are you going to do for your day, right? You feel overwhelmed? Make a list. These small things, these small steps get you towards bigger steps, wherever you are in your journey. Because some people, it's hard like that. It's heavy like that. Now, there's other people who, hey, getting out of bed is no problem, right? But maybe it's afraid to take a call, or afraid to make a move that you've been wanting to do, but you're just thinking about it. You're thinking about it. Take it. I remember somebody told me, Jackie, just make stuff. Just go for it. And we underestimate the power of that. And I think a lot of it, the time we just want to be there already. We want to be successful already. We want to be there. And I think part of it is understanding that. I think the point is never about being there, getting to that point, the finish point. It's about those moments leading up to that. And in order to really enjoy those moments, in order to learn from them, because when you learn, every time you learn something, you grow, you get stronger. Okay? Not letting these setbacks, these problems set you back. It's about identifying them and being like, wow, okay, so what did I learn here? Right now, that didn't go the way I had thought it was going to go. What did I learn? Okay, now I know this. Now I feel empowered. And I'm tying this all back to surrendering, because when you surrender to reality, to that reality of that it's not really about that endpoint, what you're visualizing, it's breathing and living that life towards that moment. And you can't do that without surrendering to that reality. And I think we have to surrender a lot of times when things are thrown our way. When I found out that I was gay, I fought it. For a long time. I really just denied it. I thought, no, this can't be me. How am I going to do this? And I pushed it and I denied it. And then there came a point where I had to surrender. I said, okay, I can't fight myself. I can't fight my reality of it, my truth. Why am I going to do that? This, first of all, it's stressful. It's frustrating. It caused me a lot of depression and anxiety. And I thought, okay, well, this isn't fun. But then I saw people who were living their truth. And that's what I say about our community and building a space, a place for people, for you, a people that you can learn from and trust and be inspired by. Is every time that I met somebody, the irony is that these people that would come across in my life who were gay and living their authentic life, I thought, oh my goodness, I can't run from this. I think I knew, seeing these people living their life, I thought, okay, maybe there's a chance for me. And ultimately I did. I surrendered to my truth, and it's been it's taken me to a different course in my life, but a better one, obviously. But I think when we surrender to reality, to truth, I don't think that we should be afraid. I think we should feel like the lightness shine through, because when you surrender, it's like I don't know, there's some comfort in that. Because now you don't have to worry as much because you surrender to the truth and you acknowledge what it is. So you don't have to try to, it's like a puzzle piece, right? You have a puzzle piece and you got like a couple of spots left and you keep going back to the same one and you're just like, no, this piece is gonna fit there. I know it, and you're trying. It doesn't fit there. And you surrender and you go, okay. And you stop. Just like, when we talk about slowing down, like we stop and we go, okay, what's going on here? Like, what's going on here? Okay. The piece is not meant to be there. I surrender. I don't know the answers. I don't know the answers at this moment. That's okay. And these are all things that are all connected to to mindfulness, to being present, to slowing down, to breathing. I mean, these are all so interconnected. And, if we allow these things to be in our everyday life, if we use these tools, we will be stronger and better. And it's so funny, I make these videos because I'm taking you along with on this journey. I'm taking you along this journey with me because it's not easy. And there are hard moments, hard times, but every time I've encountered something, every time that I've encountered a difficulty, I've surrendered. I've surrendered the truth. And in doing that, I lean on the people that I trust and love, and I reflect, and I acknowledge the good and the bad, and it's just a domino effect. And so I just think there's just a power and beauty in surrendering. And we've made it through almost the first quarter of 2023, which is unbelievable. And it was bumpy for sure. But it also has taught me that surrendering is like the most beautiful thing that you could do for yourself. It's freeing. And, being a business owner right now, it also has taught me like you figure things out. You just do. I'm sure that's what moms feel like. I just did an interview with Lonnie, who's an amazing, successful businesswoman who you'll learn more about that. But she mentioned that, being a mom really changed her. And so for any moms out there, I'm always in awe of moms, but man, oh my gosh. So yeah, surrender, lean on the people who care about you. My therapist always tells me everyone in your life that cares about you is they're dying to just figure out how to help you. So surrender. Cheers.